Why?
I'm better than you.
My eyes are red. I was in the back smoking a joint with Van Dam.
You know it.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it's your boy Stevie Jobber.
And it's your boy Dangerous Duke.
And welcome back to the Dangerous Jobbers podcast, putting wrestling over one podcast at a time.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this time we got a special guest with us. Go ahead, Mr. Awesome. Say what's up.
What's up? Hi,
That's it,
everyone.
just
I'm
what's up.
here. I am here with my two favorite podcasters. We have Stevie Jobber and Dangerous Duke. Thank you for inviting me, and thank you for this little talk we're going to have about Backlash.
Yes, sir, man. We had to run down the Backlash card. It was a great pay-per-view, and we needed another Boricua in here with us, so you would have manned the call.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Yes, sir. So I guess we can just might as well just dive right into it, right?
Yeah, man. We'll go in order, right? Surprising opener, Bianca Belair putting the title on the line against Io Sky. Is anybody else surprised this open? I was shocked, but I feel like they did a really good job.
It had to be this opening. I didn't see anyone else opening except them. Like, they wanted to see how the crowd would react to a good match, because it was a good match. I cannot take that away from them. It was a good match.
Very good match. For me, I agree with you. I think no other match could have opened. I don't think you would start a bathroom break as your opener. And they delivered. Like, I think personally for me, that was probably Bianca's best match with this run of the title. Not of just like all the titles that she's had, but for this run, I think this was probably her best match.
I agree.
And Io showed out, and Io did her thing. She definitely put her name back in the hat of credible challengers for the championship.
I agree. I was super surprised. I just thought maybe the other women's title match would go first. Just sort of for them to lead with the moment. But I immediately went, okay, they're gonna knock it out of the park. Because if they're trusting Io Sky to open, then they've got a really good match. And she went out there and impressed all the way up. Like, she really became a solid main eventer. I really think Hunter had a theme to this one, and it was really just making people. I feel like a lot of people got made the entire night.
I agree. And were you surprised that the people went with Io? Like, literally,
they turned on Bianca.
They turned on Bianca, and I was talking about this to Duke. Like, we're getting sick and tired of Bianca with the bell and be too dominating. And look what happened in Puerto Rico. They turned on her. Like quick. It wasn't like at the end. No. Like,
it was
5 minutes up. Boom, they turned on her.
And I think that's a testament to Io, because Io is somebody completely different that hasn't had a title shot yet. So when they see somebody new, it's like, okay, we got a shiny new toy that we didn't know we could play with.
She put a solid claim in there for herself, and I'm wondering how long Damage Control is going to continue after the way that ended. A lot of people immediately were blaming Bayley, and it was, I gotta say, man, they painted a good picture there. They painted a good picture there. They did a lot for Io, and they did enough to kind of solidify everybody. Maybe Dakota Kai needs more work, but to solidify all three of them as solid main eventers before the breakup. So I'm interested to see how much longer it's going to continue, but I'm so happy about what it did for Io.
Well, we talked about this a little bit on the live stream. I think if the breakup does happen, I feel like a perfect time to do it might be Money in the Bank.
Ooh.
And I think you do it by having both Bayley and Io in the match, like in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and having Io win the Money in the Bank ladder match. and then Bailey gets jealous.
I think you should have all three of the ladies in.
Yeah, that was what I
They
wanted
should
to
all
say.
win their qualifying matches.
Yeah,
Just have all three of them represent the one brand.
But I think, but all earn it. Like they'll all qualify separately.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I think that's a great idea. Have EO win it and have it just cause too much tension between them.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that happening. But all things considered, what grade did you guys give this match?
I give it a B. No, an A. It was an A. It was a good match. Yeah, A.
Give it an A.
A.
I was on the fence about it. I'm gonna give it an A.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I mean, it did everything it was supposed to do.
Yeah, there was everything. Yeah, there wasn't even there were a couple botches, but they weren't like that bad.
They weren't that bad. Yeah.
No, there was worse botches in the night.
And I think it's a big moment for EO and a big moment for creative and for Bianca.
Mm-hmm.
The way the crowd completely turned on her.
Mm-hmm.
EO gets to be the person on the other half of that moment when Bianca starts to become bad John Cena.
Pretty much.
Again, I was talking again on Friday with Duke and Arcade, and that was one of my topics. Like, what's next for Bianca? Like, literally, she's been too dominant.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And EO represents change, man.
Yeah, and a good change too, because she's a tremendous wrestler.
Absolutely.
Tremendous. Mm-hmm. Okay, the next match on the card. What happened after that? I'm a little fuzzy. Was it Seth and Omos, or was it the triple threat?
It's Seth and Omos.
It was Seth and Omos.
Yeah.
Which I wanted to call it a bathroom break match, but I kind of felt like we were watching this to see Seth be Seth. So what were you guys' first impressions after the match is over?
So
Omos' best fight ever. Literally, like his best match of all his career. That was it.
I agree. For me, after the match, it showed me that nobody can have a bad match with Seth Rollins. Nobody.
Well, except Logan Paul.
All right, well, we're not gonna go there. I'm not gonna touch that one. But like I said, nobody can have a bad match with Seth, man. It's like he can literally, like how Hunter said a while back, he can go in there, wrestle a broomstick, and it'll be a better match than half the people in the locker room. Seth is that guy now. Seth is him. He can go in there with 10-year-old Nicholas from when he won the tag titles with Braun Strowman and put on a 5-star match with 10-year-old Nicholas.
We could get 10 minutes out of Nicholas and Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
I believe it. He's that good.
Nicholas should be what, like 18 already?
Oh, right. Yeah.
More or less, yeah.
He could be.
Yeah.
So I thought, again, like, great theme of the night. Omos really got over. Really, really, really strong. And me and Duke, we had talked about this on a previous pod that the bar was Kali. If you can be better than Kali and somewhere close to Big Show, we can work with that. And I think tonight Seth really made him look like a young Big Show.
Made him look
convincing, threatening. The amount of curb stomps it took, the curb stomp from the top rope, like, made him look so strong, so intimidating. And I was like, this is so good for him. Like, I don't know how much of this is him, but he looks really good in there. Like, enough to believe like he may contend for a world title at some point. And it could be a real fight. It could be. It took, how many people do you know take 2 curb stomps and a super curb stomp
him
from Seth Rollins?
Only him.
But again, the match did what it was supposed to do. We all knew Seth was going to win. Seth came out looking dominant, but it also didn't diminish Omos either. It made Omos, if anything, it made Omos look even more dominant because of how many curb stomps that it took.
Exactly.
And he
So-
blocked one of the curve stomps.
And he
Yeah.
blocked one of the, and that's the reverse one.
Mm-hmm. So I think for me personally, the match did what it was supposed to do. I don't really. It wasn't a bathroom break like I thought it was gonna
No.
be, but
Mm-mm.
it was it the star-studded match that it was supposed that it like the other matches? Not really.
No.
But it did what it was supposed to do. It did its job. So I'm pleasantly pleased with it.
Me
I
too.
am and I guess we'll give our grades, right?
Mhm.
I'm gonna give it an A because it far exceeded my expectations for the match.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I'm not grading it on like how good of a match it was, but just where my expectations were and what I left feeling like. And I think Seth, I love watching Seth because sometimes he breaks character, but it's still kind of in character because he's really just himself now. But there's a moment right before the camera cut where he's drinking in, the everyone's singing the song, and you can kind of see on his face. He's doing the smile, but there's like a layer behind it, like what I just did.
Yeah.
You left feeling totally different about him just now.
Mm-hmm.
I did that. Like, and then he lets out the laugh, and I was like, he knows what he did.
He's him.
He knows, like some of these hardcore guys are looking at me right now, like, I just did that job.
Yeah.
I just did that job. So I gotta give it an A just because Seth doing Seth is incredible.
I respect
And
him.
he made me feel so much better about Omos than I did before. I can no longer compare him to Satnam Singh from AEW.
No,
Man,
I neither can I. He's a step above it now.
Yes.
For me, I still can't give it an A, but I'm giving it a B. It was a good match. They did better than what I thought it was going to be. I was expecting to give this match like a C minus, but they did good. So I'm very comfortable with giving Omos his first B grade for a match.
And I gotta go with Duke here. Like literally, I gave it a B. Like it was again, the expectations were low, but they did good. Thanks again to Seth Rollins. Like he did everything to make Almost look like gold. Because literally, he looked very strong. He looked even on defeat. He still looks like a monster right now.
Yes.
He looks like a better monster than one he got there years ago. Now,
Absolutely.
yeah.
All right. Well, that takes us to. Oh my gosh, I'm having a tough time. That's the triple threat now.
Yeah,
Yes.
Mr. Awesome's match of the night.
Mr. Awesome's match of the night.
That was my bathroom break.
This is the one.
This was my bathroom break.
This did it for you.
Yeah, I was like, I'm going to the bathroom, be right back, and left.
He came back in the middle of the entrances. He's like, the match is still on.
It's still on.
The United States Championship match. Austin Theory, Bronson Reed, and Bobby Lashley. Again, I gotta tell you, I feel like they might have made a couple people.
Bronson Reed looked good in this match.
Bronson looked so strong, man.
When
he hit that splash in the corner on Bobby, and I went, "Oh, that looked like it hurt him."
No, but did you see when he did the Vader bomb from the ropes? I was like, oh.
Yes. Oh my goodness. So many spots where he just looks so tough.
I dug his outfit too, by the way.
Yes. He looks so strong, man. And somehow Theory looked in character, like believable, if I can say that. Like he won and it was slimy, but now it was like, it's Austin.
It's Austin.
Damn it, he did it again.
Yeah.
It started to get into that like a Miz territory. Like, oh man, he keeps finding a way.
And I predicted exactly how that match was going to end. When Mr. Awesome did his live stream on Friday, we discussed this match, and I predicted the exact way it was going to end. Bobby hitting Bronson with the spear, getting tossed out the ring, and then Theory getting that 1, 2, 3.
Exactly like you said. True story.
And
All right,
suddenly Bronson's strong and Austin's believable.
and then the one thing that I will say about this match, this was the bathroom break match of the night for sure, but I will give them this. For the three of them to be three completely different styles, like Bobby's strong but technical,
Yes.
Theory's the more agile one, and Bronson is just your powerhouse. For them three to have different types of wrestling styles, it did gel pretty well. Like you could tell that they put in work for this match. They didn't want this match to be a bomb in Puerto Rico. They put in the work and they did it decent with it.
I felt like everybody brought their A game.
Yep.
Did we give grades?
No.
I'm gonna give this one a B plus.
I'll give this one a B. I'll give it a B. It wasn't like, again, it was still the bathroom break, but it was a good match. It wasn't like, it's just like Dangerous said, like, it was too predictable.
Yeah.
But again, they showed up. Like Bronson showed up, Austin as always, and Bobby is Bobby. Like literally, like. But again, there wasn't no like you knew who was gonna win, and you knew exactly how he was gonna win, and that kind of like made it like a little bit of a bathroom break for me. Even though they did excellently, but I give it a B.
So, because of everything you just said, I was leaning towards C plus, but I'll be nice because I'm usually not nice when I grade. I'll give them a B minus, just because it was the bathroom break, but they had decent enough chemistry. The match didn't feel like it drug on, and for me, the right person won.
Yeah,
so
it had to be him.
So for all that, I'll give it the B minus instead of the C plus that I was gonna give it.
That's appreciated. Okay, so man, now from here on out, I really have almost nothing but good things to say.
Zelina, right? Zelina Vega, right?
Zelina Vega versus Rhea Ripley.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
My only complaint about this match, it was too short.
I wish it was longer too.
Yes, so like not asking like 10 minutes more, but at least 2-3 more minutes.
Yeah, just
like give it a little bit more time.
It ended a little anticlimactic for me.
Yeah,
but such solid work from the two of them.
And the chancla, oh my god, I was like bawling with that.
Beautiful.
And she actually hit her with it too. She actually
she didn't miss. I'm like, she's gonna miss. Wow, oh no, you didn't.
Rhea had a great reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Such a beautiful moment. Which is what we wanted.
Yes.
It's all we needed. We just needed the moment, you know, and it felt exactly how it was supposed to feel. It really made Zelina, again, the theme of the night, making people left and right. It really, for anybody that did not care about Zelina prior, that really shines a very important spotlight on what she means to the company. So just great for her to have that moment. Again, I felt like the ending was it could have did a little bit more. Like, again, if they had those 2-3 minutes to kind of build that extra.
Because what was missing was like that you would think that Zelina would win. That was like what was missing. Because she never had like this, like, oh my god, she almost got the belt. No, we didn't get that.
Right. I needed
to
be
maybe, like you said, maybe it's all a plan for the future. Maybe. Because even though she went down, it wasn't like, oh my god, she was dominant. No, she had her moments.
Yeah. And you got to think, they're making her just now in this title match. And so in a year's time, with how off the charts the LWO merch is going to go after this, in a year's time, she could definitely be considered more of a contender. If she's starting this high, you know. So just beautiful.
She's another one that could win the Money in the Bank.
Yeah, it quite possibly. It could happen.
It could happen. I'd be down for her to be a contender, especially with how That would be amazing.
And that ovation at the end of the match, god damn. That was
The
that
beginning and the end.
like
Yes.
that end of the match ovation is probably one of the best ovations I've seen in the last 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
And let me chime in on this. We haven't talked about the crowd yet.
We haven't.
Yeah, no.
That's a whole nother baby right there.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic in and
Yeah,
of
just to
itself.
pause real quick, the crowd was incredible all night
Mhm.
long. Even after they didn't have to be there anymore. Which was
You know what?
too later, but
I,
oh
I
man, it was incredible.
I feel like all of these matches that we have discussed and we're gonna discuss in a little bit,
Mhm.
I feel like they all go up an extra notch in grading just
Mhm.
because of how impactful the crowd was in every match.
Yes.
True.
If
Mhm.
For me, it kind of felt like I don't even want to say it felt like a WWE pay-per-view or premium live event. To me, it felt like a prime NXT show.
Mm.
Like
I'm
NXT.
gonna give you more than this. It felt like an old school ECW arena event.
Exactly.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. From the
yeah, it
from the
did.
Hammerstein Ballroom or
Especially
the
towards the
2300 arena. Yeah.
end.
Yes.
Like when the crowd can get invested into the
Yes.
matches that much, it makes a huge difference.
Mhm. Oh man. So yeah, just nothing but good things to say. I would give it um A minus for the finish. It was a little rush,
Mhm.
but had that finish had those 2-3 minutes that Mr. Awesome said, that would have been an A plus, an A match for me.
Mhm.
Mhm.
So I'll give it
I
an
have
A
to agree.
minus.
I have to agree with you. I give it A minus. Again, if it had those couple minutes extra to build it up more, it would have gotten a straight A plus.
I'm
Because it had
giving
the emotion. It had
It
the
had
emotion.
everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
hmm. You know what? I'm gonna give it a B,
Mhm.
B plus maybe. Um Again, had like you guys said, had they had a little bit more time and just a couple things differently done in the match, it would have gotten an A plus for me. But all things considered, I think it was very good.
Mhm.
Mm. Man, you were the Simon. This one. You're tough, man.
I'm the tough
Hard to
grader.
impress, man. Hard to impress.
Hey, he's a middle schooler,
Um
so yeah.
Yeah, middle school. Yep.
so from there, um, kind of surprising. They had been pulling this double main event
Mhm.
promotion all night,
Hmm.
and then for some reason, third to last, we get match of the night. Bad Bunny versus
Matt, I think even match of the year right now.
Yeah,
as of right now,
as of
match of the
right
year,
now,
definitely.
yes.
Definitely. I mean, so many good things to say. I will let you guys talk first, but just so many good things to say.
All right. So first things first, I loved both of their entrances and Damien's attire, or
Yes.
according to Arcade, Daniel's attire. Um,
Daniel.
so the entrances were good. I like that Bunny brought out the shopping cart with all the weapons in it and whatnot. It was very Raven from ECW type of vibes. And then just the match in general, Damien really protected Bad Bunny the entire match. With every big bump that Bad Bunny took, he was protecting him all throughout. Like when he did the what does he call it? The broken arrow off of
Mhm.
through them two
Yeah.
tables.
Yeah.
Mhm.
From the
The
one
one in the crowd, yeah.
Yeah, from the one camera angle, when they went through the table, you seen he put Bunny's head on his lap when he went through
Mm-hmm.
the tables, so his head
Mhm.
didn't hit the tables.
Mm-hmm.
So he did a really good job protecting him. And then when he did the South of Heaven choke slam that he does,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
he put his hand behind his head again when he brought him down. So he did a good job protecting him that entire match. And then for me, everybody else that they had coming out, Savio coming out, I screamed for that one. Carlito with an assist while wearing an LWO shirt. I went ape shit for that one. Man, I don't think I've screamed that loud because of a pay-per-view in quite some time. So it was just everything was beautiful. It was nice to see Savio still can get his leg up there and do them kicks. MLW's been treating him right.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Oh yeah.
and then the moment at the end of the match for me, man, it was just chef's kiss.
Yes.
I have no complaints.
For that match, I have no complaints either. It was just great, and again, it had this little touch of for Puerto Rico. You were saying
Mhm.
like the chopping card was for Raven. No, Puerto Rico started the whole hardcore revolution before ECW even began.
Mhm.
So that was more for like the Puerto Rican crowd. Same as
Yeah.
they, Michael Cole said when he did the figure four. Oh, Chase a Ric Flair.
Because
Nope,
Ric Flair's
it was Carlos Colon. Carlos Colon does the figure four in Puerto
Yeah.
Rico. That's
Mhm.
why the crowd they did
Oh.
not say woo. They say woo, yeah, because of
Mhm.
Carlos Colon. He was the man that did the figure four in Puerto Rico.
Mhm.
So that was another little thing. And again, if you didn't, if one of the, I seen the match again. By the way, I saw it again this afternoon. That's why it's so fresh. When Savio fights Finn Balor, I love that Corey Graves literally goes finds facts about
Mhm.
the wrestlers. I love that about Corey.
Mm.
He says a comment. Oh, he feels a little bit of TNT. TNT, it was his Savio Vega's name when he
Yeah.
started.
Yep.
TNT. And when he
Uh-huh.
said that, I was like, oh, I love that fact. He
That's
Mhm.
a
does say
great
that
fact.
TNT, like, oh, nice, TNT, yes.
Yeah.
That's a
That was
great
his
fact.
original name before he went to WWF.
Yeah. When
Oh.
he was with what was it? When he was in WWC, right? World
Yeah,
Wrestling
yeah,
Council.
Capito,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, he was TNT.
Mhm.
Yeah. And
That's
the crowd
awesome.
was like on fire there. Like when I just sent Dangerous a video on TikTok. I don't know if
Mhm.
you've seen it yet. When Carlito came, you can see the audience point of view of it. I'm like, I wish I was there. And I felt that way and I wasn't even there. Like literally, I
Uh-huh.
wasn't there and I felt it that way. And it was like, wow, that again, match of the night. Eight by the way, it's A+ for me, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Match of the night, match of the year so far. And it's
Absolutely.
gonna be, and
Incredible.
again, it was just storytelling. It wasn't like technical wrestling, it was just storytelling
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
from a guy that doesn't wrestle. Like that not doesn't mean doesn't wrestle, but he's not in the ring all the time and he doesn't have to do it either.
Yeah.
He has money,
Mm-hmm.
he doesn't need it.
Mhm.
That's how much respect Bad Bunny has on me personally
Mm-hmm.
right now. Like the respect, I have the respect for him
Yeah.
because he doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Mhm. He really doesn't. Like look at his they did a little video thing for him before his match even started. Just look at his last week and a half. He headlined Coachella both nights.
Went to the gala.
Well, yeah, went to Met Gala, and
Mm-hmm.
then now he just put on the best match of the night in Puerto Rico at Backlash.
Mm-hmm.
Like the dude's schedule is so, and he put his tour on hold again
Mm-hmm.
to come
Just for
back
that.
and do this stuff.
And
So,
he was the one that advocated for the pay-per-view.
mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh, I want to come back, but if Backlash is in Puerto Rico,"
Yeah,
and that's why because they never announced Backlash where it was for until almost WrestleMania,
yeah,
and
This is
literally
true.
the day that they went, they sold out. Like literally, because a
yeah,
friend of mine wanted to go, say, "Oh, it sold out already." Well, what?
yeah. It sold out in like 19 minutes or something like that.
Yeah, incredible. Like I was like, "Oh,
Incredible.
by the way, the green shirt guy was on front row." I was like, "How
I
is that even
just
Uh-huh.
possible?"
He's a plant. That's what it is. He's a
No, I
plant.
want to see if in Night of Champions he's there too. I
he's
want
got
to
an
see
inside
that.
guy.
You know what? He probably is gonna be at Night of Champions.
Probably.
Still in the same green shirt.
Yep.
But it was amazing, man. I mean, it took me back. It took me back to like, the big screen and the Raw's War and the shopping carts and the Matt. I thought Raven, but they did have a comment about how hardcore wrestling in Puerto Rico, and I did remember some of that too, but not as much. I remember it from documentaries because I wasn't,
Mm,
but just it felt so authentic. It was a true wrestling match. Like
Yes.
that was pro wrestling. And I think Matt Cardona, because I was on Twitter. Oh, while you guys were on live, I was on
mm,
Twitter.
mm,
Um, And I think Matt Cardona put that up too. It was like that was pro wrestling.
Yes.
That was amazing. Start to finish, the entire match was just it was exactly what it needed to be. And then we had the appearances. It was everything it needed to be before the appearances even got there.
Exactly.
By the time people got involved, I'd seen everything I needed to see. So from here, it was just plus. And to have Savio Vega, first of all, we all needed Savio Vega.
Yes.
Congratulations again to Hunter for just knowing what the people want and giving it to us.
I feel like he's been listening to the podcast because almost every podcast I find some way to throw Savio Vega.
You said Carlito. Savio Vega, of course, was the running joke.
I didn't even know he was gonna be there.
You said Carlito on the last pod, and there he was. I lost my mind, dude. Oh man, it was amazing. It was amazing. I was screaming. It was terrible, but my neighbors weren't here. It was fine. But man, just so good, start to finish. And to be, I was trying to explain this to my wife, but I don't think she can really understand what I'm saying. I'm from Philly. So I was trying to equate it to imagining being at WrestleMania, being in a hardcore match, and being given a kendo stick and a beer by the Sandman.
Yeah.
It was everything it could ever be. Like, you could retire from here. There's nowhere else to go.
Exactly.
So it was just, and he doesn't have to do it. And so to put together a match that good is just tremendous. Again, like theme of the night, he's made.
Yep.
And the funny thing, that's his first solo match, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
I could be wrong, but I don't think so.
I think you're right.
No, that is his first
solo
match.
And tag matches.
Yeah, that's his second match in WWE and his first single match.
Technically third, because he was in the Royal Rumble last year.
Because he was in the Rumble.
We don't want to talk about it, but he was there.
He was there.
I didn't want to count the Rumble, but okay.
Yeah,
but
again, I'm just letting you know. I'm being facts,
Yeah, it's okay.
But man, just tremendous. A+.
A+.
Yeah.
A+.
I'm gonna give it.
What?
No, I'm joking. It's an A+ for me. It gets the A+. I was gonna mess with you and say A-, but no, it's an A+.
I was gonna say, wait, what?
No, it's an A+ for me. It gets the golden buzzer.
And it's those kind of matches that you can rewatch and you still love it.
Yes.
Yes. I'm gonna watch. I'm gonna watch this match 5 years from now and still
love it. Yeah,
be just as hyped for it.
And him joining the LWO at the end, what a great topper! And the shirts were already selling out everywhere. They're gonna go through the roof now. It's gonna be like the original NWO shirts.
I may or may not have ordered a shirt today.
I mean, how could you not?
You did. The LWO one?
How could you not?
I want to get the Damian Priest one. I want to get the Bad Bunny one, and I want to get the LWO one.
I may or may not have ordered one.
In other words, he just said yes.
I'd love for someone to make me a replica of what he was wearing on Friday. that jacket. I would love a replica of that jacket.
I wonder if he got in trouble for that. Or if they just like politely told him, hey, you can't do that. We're gonna have to have you take that jacket off.
I would love if somebody tried to go up to him and Hunter stopped and was like, Bad Bunny. Just let him just let the guy.
I'm not telling him no. He's okay.
Yeah, it's hey, listen.
We'll pay the fine.
We're in Puerto Rico. Just let it go. Let it go. What are they gonna do? You know? We already changed the name. So that was just incredible. And then the rest of the night was kind of weird, if I can say that.
I get what you're saying. Not bad weird, just weird.
Weird in a way where we're living in a place where the bloodline is the sleeper match.
Yeah.
Because I don't know about you, but I did not much care for for the 6-man after
After
seeing
that,
them blow
after
the
all that
roof off
emotion,
the
no.
place. Like,
Yeah, man.
I'd have been so mad. I'd have been so mad. We gotta follow that. Are you
We gotta follow that. You know what? No.
So I'm gonna be
kidding me,
honest with you
man?
guys, for the people listening and for you two on the panel. I'm gonna be completely honest. I skipped back and forth on the live stream between that
Yeah.
match and
And
the
UFC.
UFC fight that was
Yeah, I know.
happening, just because
I know.
I did not really care for this match.
I mean,
I mean,
nobody did,
I
right? I
I
mean,
watched it, but I was
you
bouncing
didn't
back and
care
forth.
I
though.
think
You
the
didn't
only good
care.
part of that match was like the ending with the Solo Sikoa J thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the only thing that I can remember for the match.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
I don't know, like after again, and I'm not being biased, but Bad Bunny versus Damon should have been the last match
It
of the
should
night.
have been the last match,
Absolutely.
There's no
but
one, no one could have topped that. Literally, no matter what would you done.
I think because notoriously, like the second to last match is normally the match that gets the short end of the stick.
Mm,
Mm-hmm.
So somebody tossed this theory at me that maybe they didn't make it the closer so that it could have as much time as possible. Because if
okay.
you're second to last, you're most likely to get yours cut,
Mhm,
and the closer gets whatever time can really be allowed after
mhm,
that third to last. So putting
Mm-hmm.
them third to last gives them room to do everything they wanted to do and give the match everything it needed, and then the other two just got to deal with it.
mhm.
Yeah.
So I
So
think that might have been.
if we go off of that, then I'll say okay, but I still would have flip flopped the 6-man tag match and the Bad Bunny match.
Mm,
I still would have flip flopped that so that way that can still get all the time it needs, because at that point your main event's Brock and Cody. You know Brock's not doing anything more than 10 minutes. So at that point they can have as much time as they want, and you don't really got to worry about your main event because the guy doesn't like to be in the ring for long anyway.
Mhm.
mm.
So I still would have just flip flopped them two and then did it that way. But yeah,
I thought so too.
the match itself for me, it kind of felt like lackluster.
Mhm.
But again, I think it's like Mr. Awesome said, it's because of everything that happened before.
Mhm.
Mm.
Nobody on the card could have followed that.
No.
Seth could have been in there with Shawn Michaels in his prime, and it wouldn't have followed.
It would have been slightly less important. Like,
Yes.
so
Like it was just for me, it kind of fell flat. And
mhm.
the only good thing to come out of it was the drama with Solo and Jay.
Mhm.
I felt like that's all anybody was watching it for. I felt like
Mm.
it was important because it's a soap opera.
Yeah.
So you're just waiting for the twist in this episode.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to watch it, even if it's like not that great of an episode, because you got to know what the twist is. So that when you come back next time, you're caught up.
Yeah.
So the match was I really can't tell you anything that happened besides that stuff, because that's the only reason I was watching, is to see, all right, where's the bloodline angle gonna go? How are they gonna do this? And then
Yeah.
I saw it and I was like, all right, that's what they're doing. And it
Mm-hmm.
was like not important after that.
Yeah. And then at that point, it was what it was.
Yeah, yeah. I know what the next wrinkle is. All right, let's go.
Mm-hmm. All right. So what's the grades for this match?
Okay, I'll go first.
Okay.
I give it a B minus.
Mm.
And again, I don't
B-.
blame them. I don't like it. It was the position that they gave him. Like if it was anywhere else in the card, they would have gotten a B plus, A. But
Mm-hmm.
right after that emotional roller coaster that you had with Bad Bunny and Damian Priest or Daniel Priest, it was they couldn't do anything. Like the only ovation that I heard in that match was for Sammy when he came out.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
was the only ovation I got from all of them. Literally, like it was Sammy when he came out, and that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the crowd was still there, but they were drained.
They
Like
were
that roller
drained.
coaster they just had, they were drained. So again, I give it a B minus. It wasn't a bad match, but it wasn't a memorable match. If that makes sense.
It did establish enough time for the main event to have a better crowd, which, I mean, tough break, you know. But hey, man, it is.
I feel bad for Sammy, but yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
So yeah, C plus. I mean, tough break, guys.
That's where I'm at. I'm at a C plus.
It's like going on after like Hogan versus Rock.
Oh,
it's like, man, you can do it, but no one's gonna remember that match.
What was the main event? I forgot. I think it was Triple H.
It was Triple H and
Jericho.
Jericho. And again, me and Duke have talked about this. Jericho's
that was the Jericho.
Jericho's level on the card was never really that of his peers at the time. So the momentum was just not going to be there. It was not going to be there. So you think about them having to follow Hogan and Rock, and it was like, it's just tough break.
Yeah.
But Brock Lesnar and Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
I was very surprised.
How?
Very surprised.
How were you surprised?
I expected him to lose. I got to be honest with you, Mr. Awesome. I expected to see John Cena at SummerSlam. I expected him to just be thrashed around for 7 minutes and then put in the dirt. And just have to deal with it. The crushing defeat of Cody Rhodes. But did not go that way. But I like the angle they chose. Reminded me of Finn Balor and Samoa Joe in NXT. Very nice angle. Escape with your life.
Yep.
I dig it.
For me, I was a little bit surprised too, I'm not gonna lie. The match went a little bit around the time I thought it was gonna go. Obviously, because the Bad Bunny match went as long as it did, and they had a fixed time up. But it did what it was supposed to, I guess. They did go a different route with it than what I thought was gonna happen. I'm giving Brock some credit. I don't know if that
I think
spot where he
right?
No, he hit the
that was
he hit the turnbuckle. Yeah, that was hard way.
Yeah, that was hard way.
That's why I said I don't know if that was an accident, if he was supposed to bleed or not. But
it made the match better.
Yeah, I was gonna say kudos to him
it made the match way better.
Kudos to him for still wanting to go, and he bled like JBL at the Judgment Day pay-per-view when he fought John. Like he bled like Eddie when Eddie got cracked with that steel chair. He was a Brock's a bleeder.
Mess. But I dug it. Every bit of it made it so much better.
So kudos to Brock for still going.
Cody.
Yeah, kudos to Brock.
If it was a work or not, it worked. It literally worked.
If it was a work or not, it worked. That's the
they
right
did
phrase.
Expose the turnbuckle.
Yeah, but I don't think it was gonna be like that.
Maybe they were like, maybe like Brock had asked and they told him no, or Cody asked and they told him no, and Brock was like, I'm gonna do it anyway. You know what I mean? I'm gonna do it anyway.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because didn't they just
they're not gonna penalize me. I'm gonna
I was gonna say, didn't they just say something recently where they're not allowed to like bleed anymore or show off their injuries on social media? And then like literally the same night, Brock says,
no, I'm doing it. Oof.
What are you gonna do?
Brock said, we're doing this my way.
You know what I'm saying? But so much better for the match.
I picture him going up to Cody and being like, "Hey kid, we're still doing this. I got you."
Yeah,
I got you. Don't worry.
I imagine that's exactly how that went. And they said no, I'm gonna do it anyway.
And Cody's just like, okay,
all right, that's what we're doing.
But that's how people dig on Lesnar, but he does things for like a lot of people. Like look at that. Like he protected Cody. Like he was like, I'll do it. If it's true or not, I don't know. But he was like, I'll do it. Let me get the heat. Don't worry. I'm untouchable. Don't worry.
Brock does
the respect that he gives to Cody also, because again, he took it.
Mad respect.
Yeah. Like he took it, but Brock got beat also. It wasn't like it was a 50-50 battle between both of them. It wasn't like one-sided.
Yeah.
And again, and Brock, for him to do that, Brock has to respect you.
I mean, for Brock to go back to like 03 Brock is a big favor.
Yeah.
a big favor. And he really did it. Again, theme of the night. It really helped keep Cody at the level he was supposed to stay at.
Mm-hmm.
Brock
It
himself.
keeps Brock strong because he got beat, yes, but he can say, "Oh, but I had him in the Kimura." And
Yeah.
And my shoulder's not been on the mat.
Brock can sell when he wants to sell.
Yeah. He's just really got to like it.
Yeah.
He's really got to like it. But I mean, it did what it was supposed to do. Great for Cody. The blood made it better. I thought it went longer than I initially thought it would. I remember at one point looking at the time and being like, all right, they got so many minutes left.
well, that's what I said yesterday. They have like 6 minutes left.
And then it kept going, and I was like, oh, okay. They're running a little over. And then it was a kick out, and I was like, wait, they're still going?
Yeah. It was like once 11 o'clock hit, it's
good,
like, wait, they're still letting them go.
Oh, they're doing it. Okay.
I think the actual time was like 11 minutes.
Yeah, that's good for Brock. That's a good Brock time. You make it past 10 minutes with Brock Lesnar, you've had a great match.
Probably
and
his
survive.
I would say probably his longest match.
And survive.
Yeah.
Probably his longest match with a smaller person since like Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, I think AJ
and AJ Styles.
And AJ Styles, yeah.
I think AJ might have made it 13.
I think so, yeah.
Ooh, but it was hard 13 minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. I'm gonna give it. See, again, if I'm rating it on what I expected it to be, I can give it an A because I expected much less, much less, and I was thoroughly impressed. So I'll give it an A for that reason. In terms of a match in itself, I mean, you can only come on, but
yeah,
in terms of what I expected and what I got, thoroughly impressed. So I give it an A.
I give it an A minus with the same thing. Like Cody needed the win. Like if he lost, it would have been like what? But again, this feud is not ending. Like I don't see this feud ending. They made it like this, so Brock and I'm gonna
pop in
prediction. My prediction is Brock is gonna make Cody lose the tournament. That's the only way I see.
Are they gonna run it back in Saudi Arabia?
I don't think it's gonna be for Saudi Arabia, but probably because the money's there. Brock will go.
That's the money.
Probably.
I could see Saudi Arabia being a thing.
You see how fast money changes the conversation.
Exactly. So, I was like, oh wait, Saudi Arabia has the money. No. Yeah, but it could be part two. Yeah.
You might be on this.
The rematch is gonna be Brock wins, like dominating.
Yes.
Yes, and then the third one could be in SummerSlam to finish it off. Because you got to keep Cody away from the belt.
You got to keep him away. You got to keep him away.
You got to keep him away.
Then Brock is a great obstacle.
And I had this conversation with Duke the other day. Like, I don't see him going after that belt, the Raw belt, because it's like a consolation prize for him. It couldn't be. He has to go against Roman.
Right? Yeah. So are we all voting? Are we all voting for him to find a way to possibly win the Rumble again and challenge Roman instead of going for the world title? Just
in
because
Philly.
that's the one, and then they run that for 3 months and spark it back up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How we get there? How we get there? I don't know.
That's the only other way I see it is Cody fighting hurdle after hurdle and then winning the Rumble and not choosing the Raw.
But this time, I will make Cody come number one.
Ooh, and really fight the whole way.
And really fight, because that's the only nitpick I had from this Rumble. Like he was 30, he was 30, so he was barely there. But if he was number one, like Rhea this year, like that, like Gunther, that he was number one, he was the last eliminated. You felt him.
Ooh,
you made Gunther a star.
I say you run it back and reverse it.
Yes,
have Gunther be 30.
And have them be the final two for the second time in a row. Yes. Cody fought all the way there. And Gunther's fresh.
Yeah. And then you never know. If that happens and Cody gets the belt back, or Cody gets the belt at next year's Mania,
Mm.
he
You
can
got
start
Gunther.
he can start a feud with Gunther because there's already underlying stories there.
Mm-hmm.
Gunther wants
Oh,
his
man.
redemption because he can't get through Cody.
And they can have this story that's not really addressed until it's time of being like in each other's way.
Mm-hmm.
That would be amazing.
I say pull up the old AEW footage when he was making fun of his name too. The name change.
Mm-hmm.
Gunnar McGillibuddy or whatever his new name is.
Close.
Yep.
Make
I see that.
it.
There's money.
They keep crossing
Yeah.
paths, man.
There's money there.
Let
And they're
Tony release that clip.
and they're in the same show now. They're both in Raw.
They are both on Raw. Oh, goodness.
It could
Oh
happen.
my god, the chops. Oh, and the way Cody sells, and that David and Goliath story. You know, Cody kills a David and Goliath story.
Yep.
Gunther, just take it easy on Cody's peck, please. It's still
Please.
Yeah. Use the other one.
Please
Use
go
the
for
other
the
one.
other pack.
Go,
Please
go,
go for the
go,
other
go for the
pack.
other side. So for my grade, I'm there with you guys, man. So had this been just a regular run of the mill match with these two, I probably would have given it a C plus.
Mhm.
But given everything that they went through, everything that they did what they needed to do. Brock sold and bled for Cody. So I'm gonna be a little biased here. I'm gonna give it the A minus.
Oh, nice.
Because I was gonna go C plus, B minus, but it did what it needed to do. I was pleased at the end of it, so I'll give it the A minus.
Nice. It was a good match. I can't say it was bad. It was a good, surprising ending. I did again.
Yeah, the match was pleasantly surprising.
Yeah,
but it felt like a war, like a
They both got their licks in.
Say what you want about Cody, and say what you want about Brock.
Mm-hmm.
They are two classic wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And sometimes a classic wrestling match is the best kind of wrestling match.
Mm-hmm.
And you know what?
They are both like tales of like old. You know,
that's exactly what I was gonna say. They both have
like
the old
mythical
school
wrestlers. Like
they both have old school tendencies about them. Brock, because he came up in the early 2000s with all the older guys that were around. And then Cody, his dad's Dusty Rhodes. He's a legacy. So he grew up in a locker room with.
And he still dresses like he's in the 80s.
Yep. And he did. I met him when he was in ROH, and he would do that. He would dress up like and meet you, and like
handle it like a business. He was like he's an old school freaking guy, man.
Yeah.
And two old school wrestlers like that, sometimes they just know how to do it.
Yeah, but all in all, man, I think the pay-per-view itself was phenomenal.
Yeah, it was.
Tremendous.
But again, I gotta go back to the crowd. It was the crowd that made the show.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It was the crowd. Like literally, if it wasn't anywhere else in the world, it wouldn't be the same.
Yeah, had this been a premium live event in like Topeka, Kansas or something, I don't think it would have hit the same. But you know, for the Puerto Rican crowd, the way they got behind everything, if this pay-per-view was a B, the crowd made it an A. If this pay-per-view been a D, then the crowd would have made it like a C plus. The crowd definitely added a whole nother dynamic to this. And everyone, you could tell, even the talent, the announcers, even the ring announcer girl, Samantha Irvin, like everybody brought their A game for this show. Like everyone.
And on a side note, I showed Dangerous this. Rhea, Damian Priest, and Dom all got a symbol of Puerto Rico tattooed on them with the initials PR and JD, Judgment Day. And I'm like, what? And same as Selena and the LWO, they got the LWO tattooed on them.
This was a moment in time, man. This was a moment in time.
Puerto Rico left a mark on everybody.
Forever.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
And the funny thing is, they brought Liv Morgan. She wasn't in the pay-per-view.
Oh, yeah.
No, she wasn't.
And she was there because I saw a bunch of videos of her and Raquel Rodriguez.
Yeah.
I thought they were going to appear in that match, in the Bianca match.
You know what? Had they done that, I wouldn't have minded.
No, me neither.
it would have been a nice way to get, some more people involved on the show, but it didn't really
No.
need
I'm
to
just saying,
happen.
like they were there. You could have used them.
Yeah, you could have,
Mhm.
but I'm not.
And I think they were they on SmackDown?
They were, yeah.
Yeah,
So
they were.
they still
were there.
got some TV time.
Mm-hmm.
Before we wrap up, quick shout out to Jess the ref. Was shining all night. Loved it. She was in like 3 matches. I was like, I'm
Mm-hmm.
really trusting her. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love the
Mm-hmm.
trust. She's a vet now, man. She's a
Yeah.
vet.
She's up there.
A
And I'm a,
question to you
General,
guys.
man.
yeah,
A
what's up?
question, real quick. Maybe I'm wrong. Did the Spanish announce table break?
No.
No.
No, they never. They didn't break
Who
the
do you think
I'm
Spanish.
put
thinking
that? Who
about
do you
that
think
now.
put
Like,
that favor
they
in?
didn't
Who do you
touch
think
it.
put that favor in? Like, hey, can we just one time because we're in Puerto Rico not break the Spanish
Let's not
announce
do
table?
it like that. But
Just come
literally,
on.
I'm
Let's
thinking
just
about it now.
not.
They didn't.
No,
I don't
because
think they did.
they didn't break the Spanish announce table. And then
No.
when Cody and Brock had their little altercation, when Cody was ripping apart the table, he ripped apart the Michael
The
Cole
US
and
table?
Corey Graves announce table.
Yeah.
The Spanish
American
announce
table.
table was left untouched tonight.
The respect.
Yes.
The respect.
Respect for the LWO.
Mm-hmm.
For the LWO.
The curse is broken.
Yep.
That's amazing, man. Just
But
an
it was a
amazing
great
night.
pay-per-view. Like literally, like if anyone tells me like, watch a pay-per-view this year, go watch Backlash. Just for the if it's only for the crowd, watch for
Mm-hmm.
the crowd. And if you only want to watch
Mhm.
one match, the Bad Bunny Damon Priest match, just watch that
Mhm.
match. I sent it to my wife, and she was watching it, and she's like, "Oh my god, I can feel." And she's not a wrestling fan like me, and she was like, "Oh my god, the crowd, look at that!" I'm like, "Yes,
Mm-hmm.
You just feel it. You just
yes."
feel it.
It was a thing of beauty.
Mhm.
I'm very glad that they did it, and I hope they do it again.
Mhm.
Yes, I
Like
think after this they're gonna bring another
You
one.
gotta come
Like,
back.
not
You gotta
this
come
year,
back.
no,
not
not
this
this
year,
year.
But
but
next year.
probably next year.
And you know what? I would take it even a step further. I would say make it a pay-per-view that you guys have been struggling to do good on the last couple years, so the crowd can help elevate it. So I'm trying to think, what's a pay-per-view that they haven't been really hitting home with? The
Money in
Extreme
the
Rules,
Bank.
Money in the Bank, Extreme
Oh,
Rules.
Money in the Bank will be good for them.
Mm. I
Make the
wouldn't mind the
Money
Money in the
in the
Bank.
Bank the flag.
Oh yeah, the briefcase above the ring has the Puerto Rican flag on it.
Have Santos win it and spray paint LWO on it.
Oh, that could happen if Selena wins.
Ooh. That I would like to see.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope.
I'd like to
Yeah.
just see Santos in the Money in the Bank match in general.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the highlights. The highlights.
He's the one wrestler that I think he deserves more
Yes.
than what he's getting.
Yes.
And he's still relatively young.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
he's
he's
still in
super
his
young.
30s. I think he's still in his 30s, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
He's straight out of that Conan camp.
Mhm.
I was watching him in Lucha Underground. I loved him in Lucha Underground. He had one of the only there's only 3 people that I feel like have a serious suicide dive.
Mhm.
Everybody else is just faking it.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's one of those guys, his suicide dive is it's impressive. He really cares about the art of what he's doing. And he just deserves more. You're right.
Brie Bella's the other one, right?
Right after what she did to Liv Morgan's face, man.
No, I remember that.
That was unforgivable. That was unforgivable.
Oh man.
Oh goodness. Such a danger.
But so I believe that's everything for Backlash. Am I correct?
Yeah, I think that's
so.
everything. Is there any specific shout outs anybody else wants to give? I gave
I'm
mine.
gonna
Mine was just the ref. She killed it.
I'm giving it to Samantha Irvin because she killed everything when she
Oh,
was announcing
yes.
everybody's name.
Can we please one day we'll do a special edition about the top 5 best announcers.
She's
Can
gonna
we
be
just give
she's gonna be
Samantha
up there.
Irvin some flowers.
You know
She's one of the
what it would
best.
make this Backlash better if they brought, at least for the national anthem, whatever, Lilian Garcia.
Oh, That's the only other one.
See,
This is why we got to do a list.
yeah,
That's
see.
the only other one. Is Lillian
Lillian
Garcia.
Garcia would have come like the first I don't care, like the announcement, the first announcement, just to like, because she's Puerto Rican.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
You could have
That
had her
would've
do
now
like
that
the
I'm thinking
welcome.
about
That would have been
that would have been
very
great.
cool. That would have been very cool. One of their
Yes.
very own.
You
Yeah.
could have had her. You
Garcia
could have had
back
her
for
do
the
the welcome.
national. Oh, that would have been great.
Or introduce Selena Vega. Her.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, do the announcing for the women's match. Oh,
Yes.
Man.
amazing.
Dang, I forgot about that. But my
Next year,
shout out is for
next
Corey
year.
Graves. My shout out is Corey Graves.
Corey did
He
great.
literally studied everything. Like everything he said throughout the whole show had a fact about it. Like anything he
Yes.
said about Puerto Rico, the TNT comments, everything he said had a reason. He did his investigation. I'm like,
Mhm.
I like that. I like Corey. You got my respect. Like literally,
That's true. You gotta appreciate the
studied.
homework. You gotta
He
appreciate
studied.
the homework.
He studied for this.
They did their thing. So, guys, that concludes the Backlash 2023 rundown. Before we log off of here, Mr. Awesome, let the listeners know where they can find you and where they can interact with you.
They can find me on Instagram at Mr_Awesome316 or follow me on YouTube at Mr. Awesome.
There you go.
Yeah,
You guys heard it here first. So, with that being said, we hope you guys enjoyed Backlash. Make sure you guys comment. Let us know what you guys thought of the pay-per-view. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, let us know some stuff that you would have changed or would have added. But until next time, make sure you guys stay up. Make sure you guys stay blessed. And as always, stay dangerous.
Stay dangerous.